All right, Shalom, Shalom. Let's get right into it. Let's give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shema Shah. Don't honor to the policy brothers and elders and great millstone. Shalom to the host for the black. Shalom, Shalom. We're going to get right to this lesson. So you see the title here. It's Break the Arm of the Wicked. So we're going to get right to the video. Break the arm of the wicked. So let's get right to it. You're going to see, yes, get right into it. Right, break the arm. Man, still, we got to go. Gotta go.
There's a report from a joint report from the government of the UK and Germany about transhumanism. And as you know, this is one of the agendas of the World Economic Forum. That's not hidden. It's not a conspiracy. Transhumanism, and they talk about the RNA vaccines as an entry point, kind of opening that space ethically and otherwise.
And you see, the difference of this fourth industrial revolution is it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take genetic editing, just as an example, it's you who are changed. And of course, this has a big impact on your identity.
Humans are now hackable animals. The whole idea that humans have, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over. And maybe most importantly at all, this was the moment when surveillance started going under the skin. Because really, we haven't seen anything yet.
Here it is, man. All right, let's move on right to scriptures. Man, I heard it all. Let's go to Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. I always bring this out. Why do the heathen rage? And why do people imagine vain things, right? Why do people imagine vain things? Psalm chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathens rage and the people imagine vain things? And the king of the earth set themselves and the rulers to take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, say, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sat in heaven should laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision, right? The Lord shall have them in derision. Verse 5, they shall speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his hidden swords displease. Let's go to Psalm chapter 2, verse 4 again. It says, verse 2, the king of the earth set themselves and ruled the ruler to take counsel against messing up. Psalm chapter 2, verse 2 again, the king of the earth set themselves at the rulers to take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, say, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sit in the heaven shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Right, the Lord shall have them in derision. Psalm 10, verse 2. Psalm 10, verse 2, it say, the wicked in his prowess does persecute the poor. Let them be taken in their device that they have imagined. Right, they have imagined. Verse 3, for the wicked boasting in his heart desire and bless the covenant when the Lord endure. Let me see. Let's go to Psalm 10, verse 7. His mouth is full of curses and deceit and fraud on his tongue and miseries and vanity. Psalm 10, verse 15. break the arm of the wicked and the evil man, seeking out his wickedness till they find none. Right? Till they find none. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathens are perished out of his land. Right? Psalm chapter 10, verse 16. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathens are perished out of his land. Psalms 10, verse 17. The Lord that had heard the desire of the humble, he will prepare, they will prepare the heart that will cast thy ear to hear, to judge the fathers and the oppressor, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Psalms 37, verse 7. It said, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prosper in his ways, because of the man who bring wicked device to pass. Right, bring a wicked device to pass. Let's see what else. Let's go back to that again. Psalms 37, verse 7. All right, yes, we again. Psalm 37, verse 7. It said, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prosper in his ways, because of the man who bring wicked device to pass. Right, bring wicked device to pass. Go to Psalm chapter 40, verse 1. Let me see if I can see. Let me see. Psalm chapter 40, verse 1. It said, wait patient for the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, and incline unto me and hear my cry. He brought me up also out of the horrible pit, out of the mire and clay, and set my foot upon a rock, and I established my going. Verse 3, and he had put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power, when you should see it and fear it, and you should trust in the Lord. Right? You should trust in the Lord. Let's read again, Psalm 40, verse 3. And he had put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many should see it and fear and should trust in the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shah. Let's read that. Psalm 40, verse 4. Blessed the man that make the Lord his trust, or truth, and respect not the proud, nor sure as turn aside to lies. Man, that was a good one. I'm going to put it in again. I know that's trust, but I think it is. Make the Lord his trust and respect not the proud. Hold on, let me get this straightened out. Come on.
Trust.
Right, trust. Let's say
Confidence.
confidence,
Belief.
belief, faith.
Faith.
will say
Safekeeping. Keeping.
Let's read again. Psalm chapter 40, verse 4. Blessed the man that make the Lord his trust, and respect not the proud, nor sure as turn aside to lies. Right, turn aside to lies. What else? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter. See what get in that. Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 1. Yeah, okay. Yep. Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 1. The righteous are the O Lord. Are thou, O Lord. When I please with thee, yet let me talk with thee of thy judgment. Wherefore does the way of the wicked purpose prosperity wherefore are all the happy that deal very trustfully, right? Deal very trustfully. Can't say that word right here. Let me say that again. We get again. Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 1. Righteous are thou, O Lord, while I plead with thee. Yet let me talk with thee of thy judgment. Wherefore does the way of the wicked prosperity? Wherefore are all the happy that deal very trustfully? Right? They are very trustful. They are very trustful. Okay, move on with us. We got. All right, so we're gonna get some of that. Verse 8, cease from anger and forsake wrath. No. Don't. Yeah, verse 9. For the evildoer should be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord should inhabit the earth. Right? Those that wait upon the Lord should inhabit the earth. But the meek should inhabit the earth, and they should delight themselves in abundance of peace. The wicked plot against the just and gash upon him with his teeth. The Lord should laugh at him, for seeing that his days is coming, right? For we think that days is coming. Psalms 37, verse 20, 38. But the transgressor should be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off, right? The end of the wicked shall be cut off. Verse 39. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is thy strength in the time of trouble. Verse 40. And the Lord shall help thee and deliver thee. He shall deliver thee from the wicked and save them because they trust in him, right? Because they trust in him. Let's read that again. Psalms 37, verse 38 again. Let's go verse 34. It said, wait on the Lord and keep his ways, and he shall exalt thee to inhabit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it, right? Thou shalt see it. Verse 38, but the transgression shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. Here is thy strength in the time of trouble, and the Lord shall help thee and deliver thee. He shall deliver thee from the wicked and save them because they trust in him, right? Trust in him, Yahweh, by Shemawashah. So, right, so you trust in this damn devil, man. Y'all people through. People just through, man. They have no words put. Man, it's just crazy. All right, let's move on. What else I got? How people destroyed. Yeah. Let's go to Isaiah. What's that? Isaiah? Psalms Psalms 55, verse 21. It said, the words of his mouth is smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His word was soft in oil, yet was a draw sore. Right, man. His word of his mouth was smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. The word of his mouth was soft in butter, but war was in his heart. His word was soft in oil, yet why did I draw sword? Cast thy burden upon thee, Lord, upon the Lord, and he shall establish thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved, right? To be moved. Verse 23. For the old power shall bring them down unto the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceived man shall not live out of thy days, but I will trust in thee. But I will trust in thee. Psalm 55, verse 23. But the old power shall bring them down unto the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceit man shall not live out of half of thy days, but I will trust in thee. Right, I will trust in thee. Psalm 64, verse 2. It says, Psalm 64, verse 2, it said, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the inspiration of the work of iniquity, right? Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Let me see, I can go to Psalm 56, verse 6. Psalm 56, verse 6. They gathered themselves together, they hide themselves, they mark their steps, they wait for my soul. Should I escape by iniquity and thy anger? Cast down the people, O power. Right, cast down the people. Let me see. For they had delivered my soul from death, when I died, deliver my foot from falling, that I may walk before the Most High in the light of the living. Right, the light of the living. Let me see. Let me get again. Psalms 56, verse 6. Psalm 56, verse 6. They gather themselves together and hide themselves. They mark my step when they wait for my soul. Let's go ahead and read it again. Psalms 64, verse 2. It said, have me for the secret counsel of the wicked, from the okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Instant, a works of iniquity. Look at that word. Yeah, we having to get that out right. Instagram.
Insurrection.
I don't know what insurrection. It said rebellion.
Revolt.
Vote.
Uprising.
Uprising. Don't know why I couldn't get that out. Okay, let's move on. Verse 3. Who wet his tongue like a sword and bend a bow to shoot the arrow in bitter words, right? In bitter words. Let's see. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Let's go to Psalms chapter 64. Verse let's go to verse 4. They may shoot secret at the perfect, sudden do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in even matter, though they commonly and lay snares privately they say, who shall see them? They search out their iniquity, they accomplish diligently and search both the inward thoughts and every one of them, and their heart is deep. Right? Their heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with the arrows, suddenly should they be wounded. So that shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, right? All that see shall flee away. So let's move on. Let's see what else I can. Let me see. Which time I work? Okay. See, I won't gonna be too long, but let's go right to what is it? 1 Corinthians 2:11. We're not ignorant of his device. It's 2 Corinthians. Second Corinthians 2:11. It said, "Let Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his device." Right, we're not ignorant of his device. So let's move on right into it. And see some more of this. Let me show more of this. Get right to this. I don't know why this was small. Play that back.
Proof that the Antichrist agenda is in operation today in the United States. Watch this.
Amazon is ramping up its contactless payment system nationwide that works by scanning the palm of your hand right there. Kiddo takes it for a test drive.
So the new payment systems have been rolling out across the country for the past year. Finally, here in the Bay Area, we get our very first one, and it launched.
The Bible says that the Antichrist in the last days will require people to get a mark in their hand. And people will not be allowed to sell or trade or buy anything without this mark. This is the beginning of the mark of the beast. If you want to know more about the end times, make sure to subscribe and go watch the video I pinned in the comments for more. This is proof that the Antichrist agenda is in operation today in the United States. Watch this.
Amazon is ramping up its contactless payment system nationwide that works by scanning the palm of your hand right there. Kiddo takes it for a test drive.
So the new payment systems have been rolling out across the country for the past year. Finally, here in the Bay Area, we get our very first one, and it launched.
The Bible says that the Antichrist in the last days will require people to get a mark in their hand. And people will not be allowed to sell or trade or buy anything without this mark. This is the beginning of the mark of the beast.
Right. So you see, let's go to Corinthians 2:11. It said, "Lest Satan should give an advantage for us, for we are not ignorant of his device." Right? We are not ignorant of his device. It is. Yeah. Move on. Right? We are not ignorant of his device. Let's go to Romans 13, verse 11. Romans 13, verse 11, "As that known the time, that now is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation near that we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cancel the work of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light, and let us walk honestly in the day, not immorality, not immorality and drunkenness, not in chamber, or wanted, not in strife and envy, but put on the Lord Yahushua anointed, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof." Romans 13, verse 11, "As that known the time, that now is high time to wake out of sleep." It's high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation near that we believe. Right, it's high time to wake out of sleep. All right, let's go to Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. I meant not to be this long, but so I'm just gonna go back in. We're gonna go right to this. Lord, we're just gonna play it off. Man, it's been too long for me. It's all right. Let's watch this.
Artificial intelligence will be created that will surpass humans, and this will cause very rapid scientific progress, says forecaster Ray Kurzweil, who's also the CTO of Google. "We won't need to study in schools and universities because we'll be able to learn anything in an instant, thanks to the fast operation of a chip that will find information and deliver it into our brain in less than a second. After people start having chips implanted in their heads, they'll have endless opportunities thanks to their new cyber body. The neural network will create individual organs and body parts that will be better than human ones. Thus, our lifespans will increase. Thanks to the chip, we can modify our bodies and design them however we want. Remember the movie The Matrix? We can create such worlds simply by lying on the couch in our living room and playing the chosen one or God with our friends. Perhaps we'll even get the opportunity to travel through other people's dreams, like in the movie Inception, while our body is in the real world under a warm blanket, and robots will continuously do the work for us. Humanity will reach a 0% rate of crime because any thief can be identified by finding his chip, and the police will not even have to use weapons to neutralize them because this can be done at a distance of millions of kilometers. By giving the chip a command to send a charge of electricity into the criminal's body, the police can paralyze them and then, without shooting or casualties, place them under arrest. With such fast development in the field of science, in the first 5 years after the creation of the neural network, people will be able to colonize other planets and convert them into living zones. In addition, humanity will achieve an ideal balance in the allocation of resources. The neural network will calculate the amount of food, electricity, water, and everything else needed per person, and will live in maximum prosperity. The concept of poverty will remain only a memory from our past. Sounds like the ideal of communism. Speaking of politics, international relations will become much easier. The neural network will bring the leaders of countries to the most convenient terms of negotiations, and there will be no more conflict between states. And if the countries unite their territories, then we will begin to live in one country according to a common set of laws. But every silver lining has a cloud.
So you see, let me see. Yes, go to Revelation 14, verse 9. We should close it out. And the third angel followed them and said with a loud voice, "Any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his hand, in his forehead, or in his hand, the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out with mixture unto the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angel and the presence of the Lamb." Read it again, Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. The third angel followed them, say with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out with mixture unto the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angel and in the presence of the Lamb." Right? It said, any man worship. It said, any man worship the beast. Yeah. So you see, that time that we in, what time we got now? Okay. Let's go back to this.
There's a joint report from the government of the UK and Germany about transhumanism.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, this is one of the agendas of the World Economic Forum. That's not hidden. It's not a conspiracy, transhumanism. And they talk about the RNA vaccines as an entry point, kind of opening that space ethically and otherwise.
And you see, the difference of this fourth industrial revolution is it doesn't change what you are doing. It changes you. If you take genetic editing,
right.
Just as an example, it's you who are changed. And of course, this has a big impact on your identity.
Humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over. And maybe most importantly at all, this was the moment when surveillance started going under the skin. Because really, we haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, you heard it all right there, man. So you see, let's go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 3, and close it out with that. Revelation chapter 1, verse 3, it said, "Blessed he that readeth, and they hear the word of this prophecy, and keep those things which which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Right? For the time is at hand. Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. It said, blessed he that readeth and to hear the word of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Right? For the time is at hand. So I'm going to close it out right there. Give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Abishai. Double honor to the apostle brothers, El Great Millstone. And shalom to the whole for the elect. Shalom.